Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to talk about the mods, from the most basic things to the most advanced part of the mods, and about the conversion and how you can farm the best mod possible for your builds. I hope you enjoy this video. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the category of the mods. We have two categories. We have weapon mods and we have armor mods. Weapon mods will be equip on your gun and it will give you a core effect and 4 different attributes or substats. For example, we have a core effect here, and if you're using a golden mod you will have 4 different attributes. Each weapon mod will have 4 different core effects that you can choose. Some of these core effects will be more useful on some certain guns, and for example, this one is Flame Resonance. It will give you a core effect and a suffix. This suffix will determine what kind of attributes or substats you will get from your mods. So as you can see, all of the weapon mods will have 4 core effects. And an example of it is Flame Resonance with Violent suffix, Talent suffix, and Burn suffix. And another example would be Fast Gunner, for example. It will comes with Violent suffix, Precision suffix, and Fast Gunner suffix. So each of these mods will come with 3 different suffixes. Because Fast Gunner, Shrapnel, Bounce, and these kind of guns that they don't do any elemental damage, they will have the Violent suffix, the Precision suffix, and their keyword suffix. But the elementals, they will have Violent, Talent, and their keyword suffix, because they don't hit weak spots, and therefore they won't have any precision suffix in them. So let's take a look at the Flame Resonance as an example. If your Flame Resonance mod comes with Violent suffix, it will have a fixed attribute called crit damage. The Violent suffix is for crit builds, and the fixed attribute will be crit damage no matter what. And it will have some linked attributes. It will be weapon damage, reload speed, and magazine capacity. So you cannot get a status bonus damage here, you cannot get elemental, blaze, frost, or whatsoever. This will be your linked attributes. You can have 2 of these, you can have 3 of these, and it will be there for you no matter what. So you have general attributes as well: damage against normal enemies, elites, great ones, max HP, hit damage reduction, weapon damage reduction, and a status damage reduction. And for talent, you will have elemental damage, 8%, blaze, 8%, frost, 8%, shock, 8% blast. And you will have a status damage, you will have reload speed, and magazine capacity. So here you cannot get weapon damage, and you cannot get other suffixes, other linked attribute that comes with different suffixes. So the status damage comes with talent suffix with elemental, and weapon damage comes with violent suffix with crit damage. And you have another suffix called burn. This will be your keyword suffix that comes with a fixed attribute, burn damage, and the linked attribute will be burn trigger chance, burn trigger time, and blaze damage. This blaze damage counts as elemental damage. It will be this attribute, but only in the form of the blaze. And the general suffix will be the same: normal, elite, crit 1, HP, and so on. So each of these mods, the suffixes will be the same, since they are from one category of the burn. For power surge, you will have power surge, linked attribute, fixed attribute will be power surge damage. The linked attribute will be shock damage, power surge trigger chance, power surge crit damage, and bonus damage against targets with power surge. So all of these weapon mods, they will have the same system mostly. Only for Bullseye is a little bit different. Since you have two fixed attributes, you can either get Weakspot on the Bullseye target or crit damage against the Bullseye target. You cannot get both of them, it will be only one, and the linked attribute will be 2, Bullseye trigger chance and Bullseye duration. And we also have the precision suffix that comes with the weak spot bonus as a fixed attribute. The linked attribute will be weapon damage, reload speed, and magazine capacity. Since weak spot and crit damage, they count as kind of the same, they function in the same way, you will have weapon damage here. So they are kind of the similar thing. They will have weapon damage and the same linked attribute, but the fixed attribute will be different. Next category will be armor mods. The armor mods, they have different core effects for different part of your armor. So, for example, if you get momentum up on your helmet, you cannot get momentum up in any other places. It will be the only core effect that you can put on your helmet. Each of your parts of your armors have different category of mods. For example, your top or your body or the jacket, the mods on it will be mostly defensive. They don't impact your damage overall. They're some kind of utility or damage reduction or shield and these kind of things. But for your helmet is different. You don't see any defensive that much. So each of these core effects will be only to that part of your armor. And the attributes will be different. This one is a little bit more tricky. For your helmet, it's usually depends. For example, you have battlefield, you have lunar, you have talent, precision, and violent. So mostly you will have these three suffix, violent, precision, and talent. They will be in all of these mods, no matter what. You can get them. But for lunar and battlefield, lunar will be on your helmet and your body. You cannot get lunar in anywhere else. For battlefield, it will be on your body as well. You have battle as well, battle suffix. Battle suffix and battlefield suffix, I believe you cannot get them in PvE scenarios. You need to go to the PvE, PvP ones, and they offer different attributes and different substats for PvP. They don't have any impact on your PvE scenarios. We have also down star for the Starfall Visional Wheel that goes on your pants. We have this one as well for the shoes as well. Just like lunar, you will have it. The lunar was on head and the body. The starfall will be for the pants and for your shoes. We also have something called resonance for your pants. These ones are specifically for Prime War, I believe, and they offer two stats to you. For example, this one said for if you deal one instance of elemental damage, your crit damage will be increased by 4% up to 5 times. And that means you deal elemental and you will get crit damage. You can get 2 of these ones. For example, if you match this one with crit damage into the elemental, it will be very nice. Or you can match the elemental into weak spot and the weak spot into elemental. They kind of support each other and give you both of the stats. And you can get them into the Prime War mostly. Whenever you defeat the Prime War, you will get some chests, and opening them will give you the resonance mods. For your helmet, for your mask, that is the most important part, is going to be the masks, because they will come with a keyword suffix as well. They will function just like your gun. So if your mod is For power search, you usually have two core effects for each keyword. For example, for power search, we have thunderclap and we have first electrocution. These two will have power search keyword as well, power search, suffix, violent, and talent. We'll have the same thing for frost, and basically every keyword in the game will have two different core effects for your mask. And these core effects are usually specifically for some guns. For example, if you go first electrocution, this one is mostly made for the shotgun corrosion. It didn't, you cannot use this one very good on outer space or critical pulse. For those two guns, you need to go with thunderclap. So the choices here are very limited to which gun that you're using. For obtaining weapon mods and armor mods, you need to, for weapon mods will be monoliths, and for armor mods, it depends on your silo. For example, the silo alpha will give you helmet mod only. You cannot get pants, shoes, or gloves from here. You will only get helmet mod. For shoes, for example, you need to do the silo PHI. All the rewards will be shoe mods. For your weapon, however, you need to defeat the bosses. Each of the bosses will offer you different mods for your weapon. In this example, we have Ravenous Hunter that gives you burn or frost, depends on your choice. For Treant will be Power Surge and Unstable Bomber. For the Way of Winter scenario, you need to, each of the silos will offer you a chest that gives you ability to choose that you want glove mods or shoe mods. So for every reward in these silos, you will get a chest, and that chest will determine your mods. If you choose gloves, you will only get gloves, and if you choose shoes, you will only get shoes. Because the Way of Winter scenario have less silos than Manibus and less bosses, so it will give you an option for you to choose. For getting the keyword suffix mods, you need to play into Manibus server or Endless Stream. So whenever you reach phase 3 in the Endless Stream, you will get the public events, the high risk version. So the high risk version, if you finish it into the legendary difficulty, it will give you a box. That this box contains another chest that you can choose the keyword suffix. So it will give you option that you only want burn suffixes for your weapon, power surge, basically all the weapon mods, and then it offers you mask 1, 2, and 3. So whenever you finish a public event at high risk, you'll get this box, keyword suffix mod selection, create, and whenever you open it, you will see all the keywords for your weapon. So shrapnel mod, burn, power surge, frost vortex, bullseye, fortress warfare, bounce, unstable bomber, and fast gunner. This will be the weapon mods. And you will see mask 1, 2, and 3. Mask 1 contains burn, power surge, and unstable bomber. Mask 2 will be shrapnel, bounce, and fast gunner. And mask 3 will be fortress warfare, bullseye, and frost vortex. For example, we will choose mask 1. We will get thunderclap with power surge suffix. We will get pinpoint strike for unstable bomber with unstable bomber damage, and we will get blaze amplifier with burn suffix. So now that we learn how the mods will function, what is a suffix, and where you can get the mods, let's talk about the actual mod and the attribute and how you can get a perfect mod for your guns and for your armors. Let's have an example. Let's say this one, no, not this one, Ardent Shield. So it, as you can see, the attribute here will be a gray, a purple, and another gray, and a green. So if you hover your mouse on it, it will show you the gray as 1, the purple as 4, and the green as 2. So basically, you will start with gray, green, blue, purple, and golden. Golden is the highest level that you can get. And you cannot get golden mods from anywhere unless you upgrade it. So the highest that you can obtain by default is going to be purple, and then you can upgrade it and you can get a golden attribute. Let's go back to this mod. So it have a 1 that is gray, and a purple is 4, it will be 5, another gray that will be 6, and a 2 will be 8. So this mod by default is level 8, and if you upgrade it, it will be +5, and it will upgrade your attributes by random, +1. So this gray can be turned into green, and then turn into blue, and then purple, and then golden. And for you to turn this one into golden, you need 4 upgrades. So this mod is not very good for you to start upgrading. You need to start upgrading a mod that is by default very high level. So the highest that you can get is basically 12. Let's take a look at, see if we can find a level 12. For example, this one, 2 gray, 3 blues. So 3 blue, that is 9, and a 2 will be 11. So this one is 11. If I upgrade it 5 times, that would be 16. So you miss 1 upgrade from here. But for example, if I want to show you a perfect mod here, will be this one. This mod started with level 12. I upgraded 5 times, and I managed to turn it into level 17 with 5 golden attribute and a green. So we have 3, 5, that is 15, and a 2 will be 17. The recommendation here is just look for the mods that they are level 12. For example, this one, it have a 4 and a gray that will be 5, and we have 2 3s that will be 6, that is 11. If you upgrade this one, it's very good. If you upgrade a level 10, that is very good. If you upgrade a level 9, it is still fine, but I recommend you to farm for at least a level 10 to 12 between this range, that you can upgrade your mods in order to get the highest value on your attributes. The next part that we're going to talk about is going to be mod conversion. Since for you to go and get a mod that you want, you cannot just spam silos in order to get that mod. You need to use the mod conversion. It will be very hard for you to go in different silos and spam this silo as much as you can in order to get, for example, momentum up mod that you really want. It will take a lot of tries and a lot of your time. So what you can do is basically go to the mods, and here mod conversion. Whenever you click on it, it will show you this screen. Let's, for example, I want a helmet, and I want to choose any of these mods. I will choose momentum up. I want to farm this specific mod. So what I'm going to do, I can give it 6 mods here. You can just click autofill, or you can go and choose by yourself and give the mod, and it will give you this specific mod with a random suffix. So this is the first way. It is not recommended, since you want a suffix that you want mostly. So what you're going to do is that you click here, it says suffix, and you can choose your suffix. For example, I want a violent version, and I click here, and as you can see, I need to give 4 violent suffixes and 2 other random mods with suffix or without suffix, and I can get this mod with only violent suffix. So if you click on autofill, for example, it will get your highest mods from 12 to 11, and then if there's 10, it will put it in the 9, 8, and so on. So it starts with the highest value into the lowest value. So in this case, I don't have any level 10 unlocked, so it put a level 9. It basically, you need to put enough mods level that you can turn this range into 11 to 12. As you can see here, it will give you a range between 6 to 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 10 again, and then 11. So the better mods that you can put here, the higher chance for you to get higher base level. It doesn't matter if you put any substats here. The only thing matters is the level of the mod. So if you put bunch of 12s and 11s and 10s, it's better to put 6s and 7s and 8s. For example, in this one, I'm reaching between 11 to 12, so I will not get lower than 11. But this is still very high. You need to maximize it between the range that you want. So the range here will be 61 to 90. What you're going to look for is going to be only reaching up to 61. So now I have 67. That is going to be max ranged. So if I remove this 12 and I put, for example, I'll put a level 9 here, if I can choose it, please. Yes. So now it's level 11 since it's 62. But if I reduce this 11 into level 8, now it's 59, so I need 2 more levels in order to reach the range of 11 to 12. Basically, all you need to do is reach the level of 61, and here it will tell you how much do you need for your next range, or you're at the maxed range. And make sure that you don't use the mods that you really like, since if they're unlocked, the game will place it here for you. So if I don't want this mod, it's better for you to just lock it so it doesn't get used. It's basically how the conversion will work. Let's take a conversion by ourselves to demonstrate how it works. Let me check these mods if I need any of them. This one is decent a little bit. So now that we choose this, we have the range between 10 to 12. I don't want this one to be a 10, so we need a 5, at least 5 levels. So now we are at 62. So it will be fine if we use it. And you need to pay an energy link, and then you click exchange. And since we have 4 violent here and 2 other random mods, we will get a violent suffix. So it gives you crit damage and 3 other values. And now this mod is 3, it will be 6, and then 10, this will be 11. So this mod is 11. And if you don't like the attributes, you can do it again and try for another mod. You can also do this with precision, with talent, and you can do this as well with the keywords. You simply need to choose, for example, I want the bounce. I click on the bounce core effect that I want. I click here, and if I have bounce, I can choose it, and I can try to convert those 4 bounces with 2 other mods and get another bounce suffix that is going to be maybe better than what you have. A note here to be taken is that you don't really need to use glove mods here. to convert into the another glove mod. So I have 126 talent here, and I will have the same for the shoes, for the pants. So all the armor mods will be shared between each other, and the weapon mods will be the same. They will shared between each other. So you cannot use armor mods into the weapon mods, and you cannot use weapon mods into armor mods. A trick that you can use in order to farm mods as fast as possible is that you choose a silo that you can farm as fast as possible. For example, for me, I can farm alpha and PHI as fast as possible between 4 to 5 minutes or maybe 6, and I will spam this one 10 or 12 or 20 times, and then with the mods that I get, I will turn them into gloves, into shoes, into pants, and other mods. So you don't really need to go and farm every single silo. You just need to choose a silo that you can do it as fast as possible and you're comfortable with, and farm that one, and then turn the mods into another armor part. I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to explain everything as much as I can, as short as possible. If you have any other video suggestions, let me know in the comments and I will make a video about it. See you all in next video.